At some point you will fail. You're not going to fail because the heart gives out. You're not going to fail because you can't get enough oxygen, because you can breathe while you're doing that. Respiration because of the involvement of oxygen. And what fails? So if we were to say, okay, let's say you do a plank and you're planking for, maybe you're able to plank for a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. At some point you will fail. You're not going to fail because the heart gives out. You're not going to fail because you can't get enough oxygen, because you can breathe while you're doing that. You're going to fail because of local muscular failure, which means that as you do, if you choose to do this protocol of 3 to 5 sets, et cetera, to build muscular endurance, mainly what you are going to be building is you're going to be building the ability of your mitochondria to use oxygen to generate energy locally. And that, it's something called mitochondrial respiration because of the involvement of oxygen. And it's also going to be increasing the extent to which the neurons control the muscles and provide a stimulus for the muscles to contract. But this is independent of power and strength. Okay, so even though the low sets, like 3 to 5 sets, and the fact that you're doing repetitions and you're going to failure, even though it seems to resemble power and strength and hypertrophy type training, it is distinctly different. It's not going to generate strength, hypertrophy, and power. It's going to mainly create this ability to endure, to continually contract muscles or repeatedly contract muscles. Okay, continually if you're using isometric holds, repeatedly, if you're using repetition type exercise where there's a contraction and an extension of the muscle, essentially a concentric and an eccentric portion. But remember that you want the eccentric portion to be light and relatively fast, not so fast that you injure yourself, but certainly not deliberately slowed down. It was recommended, I should say, by Andy Galpin that you not use Olympic lifts for this, because once you get past 8 or 12 or 25 repetitions, especially, form on those Olympic lifts is key for not getting injured. And while some people can perform those sorts of lifts like, snatches and deadlifts and cleans and jerks and overhead presses, probably not a great idea if the goal is to push the body to points of fatigue, because you do open yourself up to injury unless you're very skilled at doing that, or you have a really good coach who can help you guide through those lifts. So that's one form of endurance, which is muscular endurance, and it's mainly going to rely on neural energy, so nerves, and muscle. And it's not going to rely quite so much on what's available in your blood, your heart, or your lungs.